Excuses kill dreams. Discipline builds them. Every excuse you make is like a thief. It steals your time, your energy, and ultimately, your dreams. Excuses are comforting in the moment because they give you a reason not to act. But the reality is, excuses don't move you forward. They keep you stuck exactly where you are. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," "I don't have the resources," or "I'm not ready yet"? Each of these statements sounds harmless, but when repeated daily, they become a prison. A prison built not of walls, but of words. Discipline, on the other hand, is freedom. Discipline doesn't ask if you feel like it. Discipline doesn't wait for perfect conditions, it shows up. It doesn't negotiate with excuses. Where excuses say, "I can't," discipline answers, "Watch me." The people who achieve greatness are not those with perfect opportunities, but those with unshakable discipline. Michael Jordan didn't become the greatest basketball player because he avoided excuses. He became great because discipline drove him to practice harder than anyone else. Entrepreneurs who built billion-dollar companies weren't born lucky. They chose discipline over excuses every single day. Here's the truth. Excuses will kill your dreams silently. You may not notice it today, but 10 years from now, you'll look back and realize that excuses cost you the life you could have lived. But discipline builds those dreams brick by brick. Discipline may feel hard in the moment, waking up early, saying no to distractions, staying consistent even when you don't feel motivated. But those small sacrifices add up. Discipline compounds into confidence, growth, and eventually, success. So the next time you're about to make an excuse, stop yourself and ask, "Is this excuse worth my dream?" If the answer is no, then choose discipline. Show up even when you don't want to. Do the work even when it's uncomfortable. Because excuses will kill your dreams, but discipline will build them into a reality beyond your imagination. Microphone speech on Keynote 2. Everyone has the same 24 hours. We all wake up every day with the same gift, 24 hours. No one gets more, no one gets less. The billionaire, the athlete, the entrepreneur, the student, and the laborer all have the same one, 440 minutes. The difference between success and struggle is not time itself. It's how you choose to use it. Excuses often disguise themselves in the form of time. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to start a business. I don't have time to read or learn. But let's be real. What you mean is, I didn't make it a priority. Think about this. Jeff Bezos built Amazon in the same 24 hours you have. Elon Musk manages multiple companies in the same 24 hours you do. Athletes train relentlessly, parents raise families, students study, entrepreneurs hustle, all in the same limited time. The truth is, time is not the problem, choices are. Your 24 hours are like a bank account. Every day, life deposits 86,400 seconds. You can waste them on distractions, scrolling, complaining, procrastinating, or you can invest them in growth, health, learning, and building your dreams. At midnight, the account resets, and whatever you didn't use is gone forever. Here's the powerful reality. You already have enough time to change your life. Even if you only invested one focused hour every day into your dream, that's 365 hours in a year. Imagine the skills you could build, the business you could launch, the body you could transform. Successful people don't have more time. They simply use their time differently. They eliminate excuses, protect their focus, and treat every hour like it matters because it does. So, the next time you say, "I don't have time," remember, you're not short on hours. You're short on priorities. Ask yourself, Am I using my 24 hours to stay the same, or to become the person I dream of being? Time is the most equal resource on earth, but only those who respect it, protect it, and use it wisely get to turn it into freedom, success, and legacy. Remember, everyone has the same 24 hours. The question is, how will you use yours? Microphone speech on Keynote 3. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort feels good, doesn't it? It's warm, it's safe, it's easy. But here's the hard truth. Comfort is the silent killer of your potential. Every time you choose comfort, you avoid growth. Growth requires pressure. Growth requires discomfort. A muscle only grows when it's pushed beyond its limits. The same rule applies to your mind, your career, your relationships, and your life. Most people say they want success, but the moment it gets uncomfortable waking up early, failing in public, taking risks, putting in the extra hours, they retreat back into their comfort zone. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Comfort is the enemy of greatness because it keeps you exactly where you are. Success doesn't live in your comfort zone. It lives just outside of it. That's where the challenges are. That's where the growth is. That's where the opportunities are hiding. Think about it. Every achievement you've ever had came from doing something uncomfortable. The first time you spoke in public, it was scary. The first time you went to the gym, it was awkward. The first time you took a leap of faith, it was risky. But those uncomfortable moments shaped who you are today. Here's the truth. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If you're growing, you're not comfortable. It's that simple. The people who rise to the top are the ones who embrace discomfort. They push past fear, past failure, past rejection. They choose growth over ease, discipline over comfort, and action over excuses. So ask yourself, are you living in a comfort zone or a growth zone? Are you hiding behind excuses that keep you safe? Or are you stretching yourself into the unknown where transformation happens? Remember this, comfort may give you temporary relief, but growth gives you permanent strength. Comfort may protect your ego, but growth builds your future. So step into the discomfort, embrace the challenge, because comfort is the enemy of growth, and growth is the path to everything you've ever wanted. Microphone speech on Keynote 4. Take responsibility, not pity. Here's a harsh truth. Excuses are just disguised pity. When you complain about your circumstances, when you blame the economy, your boss, your parents, or your past, you are giving away your power. Taking responsibility, on the other hand, gives you control. Responsibility means saying, my life is my choice. My future is my responsibility. My success or failure is on me. That mindset is where transformation begins. The most successful people in history didn't have perfect circumstances. Many started with nothing. Some faced poverty, rejection, or failure dozens of times. But they didn't settle for pity. They didn't wait for sympathy. They took responsibility. They said, I will rise anyway. When you live in pity, you're stuck. You wait for others to fix your problems. You wait for someone to save you. But when you take responsibility, you stop waiting, you start building. You create solutions, you learn new skills, you fight for your dream. Responsibility isn't about blaming yourself for everything. It's about owning your response to everything. You can't always control what happens, but you can always control how you react. That's where your power lies. Think about it. Excuses drain your energy, but responsibility multiplies it. Excuses say, I can't because. Responsibility says, I will figure it out. Excuses keep you stuck in the past. Responsibility drives you toward the future. The moment you decide to take responsibility, you stop being a victim and start being a leader. You become the author of your own story. not just a character living in someone else's script. So, ask yourself right now, are you seeking pity, or are you taking responsibility? Are you giving excuses, or are you taking control? Remember this: no one is coming to save you. The world doesn't owe you success. But the moment you take full responsibility for your life, you unlock the freedom to change it. Responsibility is power. Pity is weakness. Choose power. Choose responsibility. That's the only way forward. Microphone speech on Keynote 5. Excuses waste energy. Action creates results. Have you ever noticed how much energy it actually takes to make an excuse? You think about the reason, you justify it in your head, you explain it to others, and then you defend it when challenged. That's a lot of energy wasted. And for what? To stay in the same place. Here's the truth: excuses burn energy but produce nothing. Action, on the other hand, may feel difficult at first, but it creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence creates results. Think about how much time people spend saying, "I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't know where to start." That same energy could be spent reading one book, making one call, creating one plan, or taking one small step forward. Excuses drain you, action grows you. The craziest part: action often takes less energy than the excuse itself. Going to the gym might take 30 minutes, but making excuses about being tired, busy, or unmotivated could waste hours of your day. Starting that side hustle might take one weekend, but delaying it with excuses could waste years of your life. Here's a principle to remember: energy flows where focus goes. If your focus is on excuses, your energy dies there. If your focus is on action, your energy multiplies. And you don't need massive action to change your life. You just need consistent action. One step every day compounds into massive progress over time. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just climb the next step. Ask yourself this: how much longer will you waste energy explaining why you can't, instead of showing the world why you can? Because here's the reality: excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't build businesses. Excuses don't get you fit. Excuses don't change lives. Only action does. So stop wasting energy defending your excuses. Redirect that energy into action. Any action, no matter how small. Because every action moves you closer to your goals, while every excuse pulls you further away. Excuses waste energy. Action creates results. Choose wisely. Microphone speech on Keynote 6. Excuses don't pay bills. Results do. Excuses sound good in the moment, but here's the cold truth: excuses don't pay bills. Results do. When the rent is due, when the bills pile up, when your family needs food on the table. Nobody accepts excuses as payment. You can't walk into the bank and say, "I was too tired." You can't tell your landlord, "I didn't feel motivated this month." Excuses may make you feel better, but they don't change reality. Only results do. Results are the currency of life. They come from effort, consistency, and action, not from complaining or procrastinating. The world doesn't reward intentions, it rewards execution. Think about it. Your boss doesn't pay you for excuses. They pay you for the work you deliver. Clients don't reward you for trying. They reward you for solving problems. Your fitness doesn't improve because you explained why you skipped the gym. It improves because you showed up and did the reps. Here's the mindset shift: excuses are free, but they cost you everything. Results are expensive, they require sacrifice, discipline, and effort. But they give you everything. Successful people understand this. That's why they don't waste time justifying failure. They channel that energy into finding solutions, into creating value, into producing outcomes that matter. Yes, taking action is hard. Yes, results take time, but remember this: the pain of effort is temporary, the cost of excuses is permanent. So the next time you feel like making an excuse, remind yourself, this excuse won't pay my bills. This excuse won't change my life. This excuse won't build my future. Then replace it with action, even if it's a small one. Because in the end, the scoreboard of life doesn't count excuses, it only counts results. Excuses don't pay bills, results do. Choose to be a person of results, not reasons. Microphone conclusion 202. 150 words at the end of the day. Life gives you two options: excuses or results. Every keynote we talked about leads back to this simple truth: excuses are cheap. Results are priceless. When you take full responsibility, when you commit without conditions, when you focus on solutions instead of problems, you step into a mindset where excuses no longer control you. You begin to see that every excuse is just a wall you built in your own mind. And once you break that wall, freedom begins. We saw how action always beats hesitation, how wasting energy on excuses robs you of progress, and how only results pay bills, not reasons. These are not just motivational words, they are rules of reality. The world doesn't care what stopped you, it only cares what you achieved. And the best part, you have the power to choose. You can either invest in your excuses, or you can invest in your future. So the next time you're tempted to say, I can't, I don't have time, I'm not ready, remember this: every second spent on excuses is a second stolen from your dreams. Stop explaining why you can't. Start proving why you can, because a life without excuses is a life full of results. No excuses, just results.